morphic or bimorphic at runtime, it inlines things. If they are not, then it does dynamic dispatch. Oh yeah, and for stack, there are workarounds. They're all hard to do. In Java, yeah, you need to use primitives, like the small ones, and then make sure you don't put them in a list. You can only use arrays, I think. I think they wanted to add better support for that, but they haven't yet. Valhalla. Oh right, that's the thing. We were talking about it a couple of years ago when I was still using Java. Lots of people like hell apparently. There are prototypes around. Oh, that's good. Maybe Java becomes kind of acceptable someday. So why am I on version 2? Whatever. Like I'm on an ancient version of network apparently. 2.8. Whereas the most latest version is 3.11. Oh, it's not even that far. This is probably then depending on some other base. Like base 4.6. No? What the fuck? Maybe it's lying about these restrictions. What did it do in... .8. What about... Let's target a quick fix. Let's target 2.801. I don't know what they changed in such a minor version. I hope we can blame. That's the best way to get there, I think. Blame, blame, blame. Oh, I need to have your version. 2.8. Blame? Blame? Blame. Okay, let's go there. No, I want to go there. Do I need to open this in the Emacs? Ah, that's it. Let's go back in time. And we go deeper. And we go deeper. I want to have 2.801. Such a nice solution. Oh. Wait, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? Where does this version come from? Okay, let's use this. It's weird. Like they never committed it. Maybe like they don't use Cabal or something. Maybe they use Stack. It looks like Stack. There's no package though. What? Welcome to hell, boys and girls. I really don't know what's going on. So I need to view the source. No, not blame. Maybe you can just use this then. There you go. I guess we'll use this version. to packages. But this is like a way to override shit in Haskell. You just, at least in Reflex, you just use this thing, couple to Nix, which generates some Nix bullshit. And then you can swap out the dependency like that with a previous version or whatever. I'm not proud of the fact that I know this. This is just... Oh wow. Okay, this doesn't work. We'll just change the reversion manually. Then. I have it here, I think. Yeah. So it doesn't do that with commits, unfortunately. So I need to put it in the derivation myself. By hand. So this thing just works on git commits, right? The ref thing. Commit. This thing. And one important thing is that you update this thing, otherwise it doesn't recognize the fact that it's changed. There you go. Oh, what did you say? And honestly, the reason things are complicated is that when you use off heap, you don't get loop unrolling and reuse of registers in a generated assembly. Yeah, so this is like a you can't use a proper process cache, so things become slow. Whereas if you use arrays, you do. They stress. Arrays stress garbage collection? If you remain on stack, it shouldn't be a problem, right? So good performance, you use off heap, a cache in objects, basically emulating a prefetching pipeline of a CPU. It's really hard. Oh, I wouldn't know what that means. I thought you would just completely ignore the fact that objects exist. And that's how you get fast Java, just by not doing object-oriented stuff. I think we fixed it, boys and girls. No, that was network 2.8. I don't know why it's using that one. Oh, I didn't open the thing. Right. Actually, it's kind of unfortunate because I'm editing locally here. Maybe we should do all editing locally. And then use send again. High performance numerical compute stuff. Isn't it just the fact because network is too old? No, I tried doing upgrading, but it also failed, unfortunately. Oh, this also fails. Of course. Amikore. Okay, doing Git stuff. One dependency. Oh, the SHA, right, the SHA. We still have to do that. So, like, now it's complaining that we have the wrong SHA. It's expecting this one, which we entered manually, but we need to put in this one. This is how you update SHAs. You let Nix tell you what to do. I think there's also a new way of doing the SHA stuff, but it's not generated by Kabel to Nix, so I don't know how to do that. I need to have spells tell me what to do. Now you have an ancient version of network. Builder for network 3. Because we didn't update the name. This one's still the old yeah, whatever. Encountered machine dependencies. Doc test, blah. So we can do two things now. We can try pulling in these dependencies, or we can try using a newer version. Maybe not the newest, but then like one in between or something. I have a closure. What I have in closure is a set of macros that lets you declare structs. And, oh. What? Oh, you made C inside closure? It's cool. Yeah, I decided to go with the later version. I guess we just need to guess which one. I don't know why the version doesn't exist in here, the 2.8. It's really weird. So let's, instead of 3.1, go back even further. How about 3.0? 7 months ago, that seems good. I'm just gushing, no. Need to update the SHA as well, otherwise it doesn't know it's a different one. It does everything based on SHAs. Nix. This was easy. I mean, all you need to do is calculate offsets. It was harder to get. Oh! Yeah, like you're just making blocks in memory then. You're basically doing what the C compiler is doing for you. If you calculate offsets. That's cool. Instead of expected hash, so we need to have this one. That's what I'm doing. But why, like, if you want to have that kind of stuff, why don't you just use C? Isn't that easier? Still right. Arithmetic closure. Must really like closure then. Want it in a REPL? Isn't there like a C shell? Holy shell! Holy C! What is it? Why do you keep failing, man? Configure script not found. On the dependency couldn't be built. Where's it going wrong? I don't see the error. Builder for field with access code 1. But where? Is this error? It seems set like setting up. Configure script not found. Is that a big deal? I can write generic code reversals. It also still does actually introspect types at runtime, the fancy thing. That's cool. Oh. Weird ass music. What a transition. Road traversals. Like traverse? So I'm just hoping, I guess, I see the error or whatever. I don't know why I'm rebuilding this without changing anything. What the fuck's wrong with me? Isn't this supposed to be a reproducible build system? Why would it even work? It's ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. GC prim, blah blah blah. What the fuck's going on? You're compiling. Wait, what? Why would you depend on? Wait, I want to build without concurrency. So J1. I think it's mixing log messages. It becomes really confusing to figure out what's going on if it does that. Another advantage is that like this will actually be cached once it's done. But yeah, it's a lot slower. Upgrade hell, huh? Yeah. I'd expect. Oh right, we should set up actually that we can send over stuff to that project. I think we better. Let's just set it up now. We'll just use this as a shell then, and then we'll just send locally. So we'll need to mix shell, and then we run that script to send everything over. And then we can just edit locally with like the proper editor instead of him. Him can't do anything. Yeah, you can see the difference in speed. This is why we built remotely. It's so fucking slow. Oh, we should also maybe open up GTID. No, we should first deploy. I feel like every time I deploy, it becomes harder and harder. I mean, I guess that's because of the upgrade, but... what's the difference in hardware for the remote machine? So actually that machine is older, but it's using an i7 instead of an i5. and it has a higher clock performance as well. But the machine I'm sending to is older, but it just has a faster processor, like much faster. I think half gigahertz or something per core. And then also, like, it's not running that huge heavy OBS thing, you know. Time to go Ryzen. Yeah, like I probably will go that Ryzen once I'm ready to buy a new machine. I'm so fucking sick of some NVIDIA crap. Why are you failing? Why? It's just a shell. Okay, whatever. You only need FileWatch anyways. We'll look for iNotify tools or something. There we go. There we go. That's what I want. Right, I deleted test. We no longer have test, guys. Our project has become so good that we no longer need a test folder. I call it quality through trust. We just trust that it works. It's very advanced technique. I'm gonna write a book about it. And then hold conferences about it. Just kind of like the agile stuff. I believe it has a future in business. Show me the test. I deleted the test folder, right? But now all the tests are in this one test folder inside. And the reason for that is because I'm actually using this test thing as a target for GHCID. So this unit test thing is actually including all the source. And now I can use this as a target for the entire project. So GHC now watches everything through this test target. This is how I solved the problem with GHCID not finding the other projects. I just used source layers and made one huge source. Actually, I'm gonna write about this too, because this is a really useful solution, I think. I think more people have this problem with like multi-project setups. And it's like a really good way of, you know, getting fast compile times. Yeah, but it took me a couple of hours to exactly nail it down in scripts and whatever. Alright, we have a proper error report now. Look at that! Look at that, it's a test suite. But that's fine, we can just ignore it. Which one is this then? Oh, Glob. Didn't I already ignore Glob once? No. So what do you call Glob? No. So another thing we can do in Nix is we can disable test. So the way to see Nix is basically a fancy way of hacking everything. It's basically a hack tool. Like, oh, you don't want to build your tests? Well, fuck you then. I'm disabling them. Oh, your version is not working with my setup? Fuck you then. I'm gonna use GitHub. That's Nix. There we go. Right, we're now not sending it. We'll set up send first. Which should work now because we fixed that issue. Okay, now we should send. There we go. And then close the yes. No. I just wanna keep track of it. I don't know, like it's more like showing off that you can use these kind of things. I don't know. Like with procrastinate, right? I think it's funny. That's the entire goal. Because I think it's funny. do I want to do? I want to build here. But that's all. Okay. Oh, we set it up. I don't know, I'd be pretty happy today if I can make it build. Oh, we forgot to do